Steam panel. Over directly ahead, straight ahead of me, it is Alex Craig Sager, R.I.P. Hallman.
Hello, Lawrence.
Thank you. To my left, he is Seth, the czar of the telestrator, Sanchez.
Much like Cal is the leader of the Johnny's bandwagon, I'm now Triple X's new #1 fan.
Directly to my right, it is Sean Jim Nance Meredith.
I think the guy, is it Tim Robinson who does the skits, you don't know shit. Okay, so he does a fantastic SNL skit where he is, who made that song, Cougar?
John Tesh.
John Tesh.
Yeah.
And there are lyrics to the song, and you should definitely watch it.
I've probably seen that
If
before.
you haven't seen it, you should watch it.
And, of course, to my far right is Benny the Jet Hutnick.
We're, I don't know how many years into this, and I still don't understand why it's not Seth Dirty Sanchez.
Because there's no dirty of anyone that's doing the broadcast for these Tony Tournament games.
I even grew the mustache.
I know you're talking about.
I'm wearing a jersey. I still can't get it.
I get the dirty part. We're not doing that. Stop it. All right. So let's go ahead and announce the brackets here, shall we? No?
Before we get started,
Okay,
there
go ahead.
is a bracket challenge.
Oh, that's right.
Everyone who's listening, heads buried into your brackets. If you are on the patio, I'm speaking to you. Please turn in your filled out brackets front and back with your name on it and either cash or you can Venmo KVKL, which is at KVKL. And you can give that to Katie or Liz tonight if you have cash. Also, we have a handy dandy QR code because we live in the future. So if you'd like to pay that way, that is also acceptable.
But yet we printed it.
Yeah. I mean, we're one small step for man.
Speaking of printing, Lawrence Shirt Factory.
Speaking of printing, thank you to Lauren's Shirt Factory.
That's right. Lawrence Shirt Factory has been sponsoring for, like 5, 6, 7 years. Local family-owned, operated. KVKL player, member, and proud sponsors, 2004. Lawrence Shirt Factory, #1 in Cougar's heart, #5 in the league. Okay, there you go. In case they're located at 925 Iowa, Suite L. Phone number there is 785-330-5831. Of course, go to the website, lawrenceshirtfactory.com. So thank you, Mike Urish, the Lawrence Shirt Factory.
Thank you, Mike, for bringing down all this awesome swag.
Oh, it's great.
These shirts are some of the best
Awesome,
ever.
yeah. It is. So let's get on the brackets here, shall we? And announce it real quick. We're going to play in game #1, YC #1. The 32 seed Ball Beavers will play number 33 R-Bar. In playing game #2, 6:30 YC #3. And number 31 seed Empire will take on the defending boot champions, number 34 seed Poshwash. In the playing game #3, it's at YC 7 at 6:30. The number 30 seed Scoonies will take number 35 seed Rockets. In playing game #4, is number 29 seed Liberty Hall Late Fees will take on the number 36 seed Headquarter Ringers. And, of course, it goes quickly to the top 4 seeds. #1 overall seed is Johnny's. The number 2 seed is Global Cafe. Number 3 seed is Kansas Tree Care, the defending 2-time defending champions. And number 4 seed is Post House. Woo! And if you go down down the bracket here, is that the winner of the Ball Beavers R-Bar game will play Johnny's. No, they won't. Sorry.
No.
Back up.
Back it up.
Cougar's drunk.
Who had the over-under on a minute and a half for Cougar fucking up?
Fucking Jameson shot. The winner of the Ball Beavers and Bar will go to the plate, by the way. So the number 16 seed Corksuckers will play number 17 Saw Squad. The winner will play Johnny's. The number 8 seed Harpies will play number 25 seed Jazz House. Oh, I'm not doing the line. Whatever. The number 9 seed Love Guard will play number 24 seed Dumbbells. Number 29 seed, number 13 seed Young Spy will play number 20 seed Ghost. The number 5 seed Lawrence Shirt Factory, sponsored podcast, will play number 28 seed Woost. Number 12 seed John Denver Experience will play number 21 seed Rick Rollers. Number 15 seed 23rd Street Brewery will take number 18 seed Free State Brewery. Oh, that's you, Seth.
Uh-oh.
The number 7 seed Red Legs will play number 26 seed Soda Jerks. The number 10 seed KBC Tropics, oh, that's us, they'll play number 23 seed Asteroid Head. The number 14 seed Red Lion will play number 19 seed Sacred Sword.
Red Lion.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Yes.
Wow.
There is no bin, only Zool.
The number 6 seed, the Honey Badgers, will play the number 27 seed Button Grind. Number 11 seed D-Holes will play Triple X. By the way, to go back to the top of the lineup, where these go, the winner of the Ball Beavers R-Bar playing game number 1 will play the loser between Corkstars Solid Squad and the, let's see, I already mentioned about that. Oh, yeah, the winner of Young Spine Ghost will play the Post House number 4 seed, and the loser of that squad will play the winner of Late Fees and the Ringers. The winner of 23rd Street Fury and Free State will play the winner of Global Cafe. The loser will play the winner between Empire and Posh Wash. And the number Red Line and Sacred Sword will play the winner of Kansas Tree Care. The loser of that match will play the winner playing game between Scoonies and Rockets. So,
Winner of the most suggestive first round matchup name is definitely D-Holes Triple X.
oh my God.
Without a doubt. But I mean, we should have Seth weigh in. He is Triple X's biggest fan.
Oh my God. Oh Jesus. Pass. Yeah, exactly. Hard pass. Okay.
He hit the reverse Uno card.
Oh my gosh. All right. So question number 1, I'll ask any of you guys, and maybe Sean will be disqualified as the board member. Any of these teams that were underseeded, just on top. Anyone underseeded? Anyone?
So obviously my seedings are public knowledge because I post them every single week. But I thought the dumbbells kind of got a raw deal. They were 24, I think, in my most recent one. I put them at like 19. They had a really tough start to the year, obviously, and it's your responsibility to field a full team. But they had some bad losses in the first 2 or 3 weeks. But they've been on a pretty good tear ever since then. And obviously they beat us, and we're ranked above them. So of course I'm going to think that they're underseeded. But yeah, they were a victim of their success last year. They had a really good season, and then they won their first round playoff game last year. So the board seeded them as a top half team, as they should have. And then, they were just getting their stuff in order early in the season. So they're peaking right now. I was super excited to pick them as a first round upset, and then they got matched up against Love Garden, and I'm not going to pick them against Love Garden because I thought that's one of the other underseeded teams in the league.
So I have zero problems with this bracket. All the rankings are great. I think the board did a fantastic job.
Yeah.
I don't personally disagree. Being devil's advocate, and having been in the room before and not this year, I'm curious as to how the 6-7 seed conversation went for Honey Badgers Red Legs. And maybe Sean can shed some light on that. And I think that's pretty much it for me. The only other one I've got is you can't. It's splitting hairs in the top 4, right? Johnny's clearly earned the number 1, and Global beat KTC, so they clearly deserve the number 2. But
Post House beat Global.
Right, but Post House beat Global. So I guess I'm curious how the hairs were split on the 2 through 4. So I guess the only 2 I've got are maybe Red Legs is underseeded, maybe Post House is underseeded. But at the same time, I think Post House is fucking thrilled about this draw.
Sean?
Honestly, in my personal rankings, I had Red Legs rated higher. Seeing where we landed, I can't speak for everyone, but I think looking solely at, if we're going to go statistically speaking, body of work, you have to look at the records. And while the records do vary, you look at the quality of wins, quality of losses next. And seeing that the Badgers' only losses were to the number 1, 2, 3, and 4 ranked team in the league, personally for me, having them ranked, spoiler alert, not only 1 but 2 slots lower, I think they landed fairly in the 6th seed based on their body of work. When you look at 1 through 10, who they played, not only who they played, but who their opponents played, their top-rated opponents, their key losses, and their biggest wins as well. And I think that the Honey Badgers' biggest wins not only tallied right along with Red Legs, but kind of outweighed them as well.
Yeah, I actually just obviously ran out from getting some drinks inside after our mid-break there. But I ran over to Liz and Lauren because, full disclosure, almost half of the board was not at our meeting last night when we talked about this, but we definitely all put a lot of work into who we wanted to rank where in terms of what we thought was based on their body of work. And I think that that's, while I appreciate Cougar's RPIs and Seth's rankings every week, and something that I have preached to my ghosts who were here earlier and have seen that and have taken that to be like the be-all end-all, we definitely use that as part of what we think about in terms of how we do things. But for the most part, for me, it's a preseason rank and then looking at your body of work and what your head-to-head is and who you beat, who you haven't beat. It's hard. It's really hard for us. And I think that a lot of people, take this, not to heart sometimes and don't realize how hard it is for us to make everybody happy.
I post those rankings just to keep the Facebook group going. I'm not on the board. I don't do shit. Like, I just
right,
pick
and
names
that's what I've said
there
to
we go.
my ghosts. I'm like, and I love that, and that's what keeps the community of us talking about.
If you ever think you're
our-
underseated, it is because I don't like you. And if you ever think you're overseated, it's because you bought me beers.
I
So
mean, I'm gonna
just
be honest.
take that apart.
I ranked in my rankings. I was just looking at them. I ranked Honey Badgers at 7 and Red Legs at 6. Like
That's why I pulled up.
and
mine.
that's
Like,
why we have multiple board members to talk about this and to sway our opinion or understanding about what we should and shouldn't do based on how the league works.
And what's nice twofold is, first, not only, like you said, Seth watches 2 games every week, the game he plays in and the game he refs.
Yeah, I'm too old for game of the
week. Right? Like,
No,
so-
I do watch those. I do
So-
watch those, but I try to get my rankings out before that. I don't want to be biased by, like watching games.
So, I mean, anyone who takes any rankings, especially Cougars to heart, wow, you should probably see a therapist. I take things really seriously. I would never take Cougars rankings seriously. But all fun aside, what's nice is, like you alluded to, Katie, is that with the different views, opinions, playing on different teams from the top to the bottom of the league, how I said what I think is kind of the most accurate portrayal, how the board landed on some of the rankings as you look into these, whether you agree, vehemently disagree, whether you're pumped because you think you've got a great matchup, or the other way. Like, I think that not only looking at how close all of our rankings were together and what we landed on, but the scheduling this year made, I can only speak for this year, but I think it probably made this ranking the easiest it has been in a long time.
I've alluded to all year long that this is the closest that I've alluded to it all year long. I think on my Facebook comments and randomly saying things in podcasts that this is the first year, I think, in a long time, almost ever since I've been in the league, where Alex and I played Space Pistol together for the first time in 2012 and then moved on to some different teams and have been trying to chase that hardware for both teams we've been on as well. But every single team this year has been competitive, no matter what position you are. And I said last podcast when I was on it, 100% thank Ethan for changing the way that we've scheduled and has moved us to a more competitive, what works for our league, so that every single team feels like they have a chance every single week to possibly win a game. And I say that going back to my ghosts in week 2 that thought we were going to beat Kansas Tree Care. So there's that.
Yeah. Alex, anything you got a word about who's underseeded?
I can see the case for dumbbells, and
Yeah.
purely for selfish reasons, Red Lights.
Yeah.
Wanted another shot at that.
Well, the thing is, the one argument I can see with Red Lights, and I go back to my RPI rankings there, is that if you think of the strengths, yeah, they were 8-2 this season, which is probably their best season, but their strength of schedule It's below 500. It's 478, and they're the only one in the top 10 under 500 like Sanskrit records. So maybe that's why that's a knock on Red Lakes. Not their fault. That's how the schedule's in front of them. It's not their fault. But it's like Red Lakes. Like, who have you beaten besides KBC Tropics? But you had your chances. JDE lost. Hashtag against Sure Factory. Again, sponsored podcast, lost. But
It's one of those things though where they're on the schedule break. Last year they got absolutely demolished by the schedule and finished.
Yeah, it was hard. Yeah.
4-6, and then this year they get the break and then they go 8-2, and that's just naturally how it's going to go.
No respect.
And unless your name is 23rd Street, you don't get a good schedule 2 years in a row.
No, yeah, it's true. Oh, real quick about dumbbells. I want to ask you guys real quick. We talk about dumbbells over asteroid heads. Like, kind of look at the metrics here. Like, dumbbells, not just RPI and all that, but like the body of work and wins. Like, how's asteroid get ahead of dumbbells? That's the one that's puzzling to me. I don't get it. But how does Asteroid
I
get
heard
ahead?
that just to create the mystique around the AP pool, I heard that what happens is when they're not sure about the rankings, the board just hits upset, then he tells them what to do. So that's where all the tiebreakers come in.
Really? John, anything you know why Asteroid had get ahead of dumbbells?
Just like for me, body of work. I mean,
No, that's not good enough reason. That's
it-
not good enough reason, Katie. Not for me.
I mean,
No.
and
Nope.
that's also what I kind of poked out earlier, that we're splitting hairs over one seating here.
I know, no, that's true.
Which is awesome. There, to me, I mean, at least what we've gone through thus far, I'm sure that there will be some opinions that vary vast from what I have. But I think that splitting hairs over one seed, man, how far have we
Yeah, that's
come
true.
in 2, 3, 4 years?
Just to expand on that, like that one seed puts dumbbells up against Tropics instead. And dumbbells
That's fine.
playing at the end of the season more like they were last year, that possibly gives an opportunity for a upset in first round. Whereas they have to play Love Garden instead, and based on the outcome of the Love Garden Tropics game, probably get smoked.
Speaker's gone by. So I'll just keep going to say about the body of work here. I look at the wins here. Dumbbells, as far as their wins, they beat Ghost. Dumbbells beat Ghost 9-1. Who were 7-3, which is a signature win. You go to Asteroid Head, who their best win is, and 3-6, 3-6. Yeah,
Dude,
for them it is. Yes, it is.
No. Hold on.
Oh yeah, 7-2.
Wait, hey, let me jump in. Dumbbells beat us.
They beat you guys too.
We're
5-4. That's true.
We're higher ranked than
I forgot about
Ghosts
you guys.
are.
Yeah, you look
And,
at. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
I'll just say it now. Like, there are some games that we lost this year that I don't think we should have lost. Dumbbells was not one of those games. They beat us.
Yeah.
Like, they were very good.
You go to Asteroid Head, look at their wins there. Like R-Bar, Scoonies, Ball Beavers, Jazz House. That's their wins. I'm like, and I'm Marquee wins. That's not marquee win. But again, I'm just pecking hairs. But other the rest of the rankings, I totally agree with it. It's just only one pair. Like, feeling we disagree with, but that's it.
Ben, back to your point of Post House potentially being underseeded. I think it was that they got smacked by Johnny's. They lost by 8, and you can't have a run differential like that and still hope to jump somebody. Even though you do have a marquee win, they beat Global, but I think
was the outlier.
that was the outlier.
Well, yeah,
right?
'cause-
in a big
'cause
round robin. Yeah.
For the most part, I wasn't even looking at like numbers. It was like they beat them. So what's the what am I looking at numbers for? Like, and that's the same thing I was thinking about dumbbells too. Like, I'm a little biased being a Ghost, and we played on grass versus. That's why I'm like, we're not a marquee or like a big win for dumbbells. Like, they probably should have beaten us at that specific week on dirt. But to me. But that's what I'm saying. For the rest of their body of work is where like I don't use numbers or anything like that to rank where we're at. Like a lot for the most part, as we've all said, if for the most part, most of the rankings that we've had are within 1 or 2 that we've moved people, and it could be arguably the other way easily.
Let's go to the second discussion question. I know it's a really real quick. Is there anybody like that just you felt was overseeded? Anything that's egregiously? Anyone you think was overseeded?
Red line is way overseeded.
Red Lion.
Yeah, Red Lion way
Oh,
overseeded.
you're sandbagging once again. You always say that. Oh my gosh. Anyone want to say anything who got overseeded?
Free State and D holes also overseeded.
I had a note, just because we need to talk about this stuff. I had a note that Sacred Sword might be a little bit overseeded. Their best win was against the Rick Rollers, and they lost to the Woost. The Woost is like 28 or something.
What week was that Woos loss?
Yeah.
Moose lost the, yeah.
So that's, I mean,
Yeah, that,
nobody knew how to play yet.
what week was that loose loss? What week was that?
Well, and that's
It
one.
was early,
Week
so
one.
this is kind of
It still counts.
it's a good question though. How much do you weigh early season versus later season? Yeah.
Yeah,
But then,
so this-
but okay, if you're gonna say that teams change week to week,
True.
Sacred Swords players all just went back to college.
You're right, but
So, well, they just got smacked by Young Spine.
so
Lost by 15 runs
but to that, it's
in 5 innings. The top 20 teams usually don't get run ruled by teams that are ranked 13 in 5 innings. I'm not talking shit on Sacred Sword. I'm not. I'm just. You asked who was overseeded, and
says
that
not,
is
but-
one person. Sacred Sword and Triple X are going to start a group chat about me later.
Emberly's gonna send out the invites.
And Adam's right there. He's sharpening his cleats. All right, another discussion question I'll ask you all is this. Over under 4.5. Number of teams who have a legitimate shot of winning the cup. Over under.
Just a quick shout out that it's 4.5 this year. Normally, when you ask this question, it's like 2.5 or 1.5
yeah.
sometimes.
It's either Global Cafe or Kansas Street Care. The rest of us, thanks for playing. Go home.
No,
Yeah.
it's fun that it is 4.5.
That's what it was in years past. It was just those two. But we need over under 4.5 teams who have a legitimate shot to win the cup title.
there's only 5 teams that have been relatively close to the top 4 or 5, and that's the top 5 teams in the bracket. So I'm saying it's 5 teams.
So you conclude Sure Factory as a legitimate shot?
Yeah.
You
Yep.
think so? Anyone over under 4.5? A legitimate shot.
Look, I mean, Sure Factory got. I don't want to say they got jobbed, but they could have easily won that game against Post House. And if you're including Post House, you have to include Sure Factory.
The
Yeah.
only
Mike says they got jobbed.
What week was that game, though?
It was like week 6, something like that. It
The
was
only one-
relatively recent.
Week four.
Is that long
the
ago?
argument against saying 5 though is like if you look at Shirt Factory's path, they have to be Post House and Johnny's and Global or KTC.
Yeah, but
That
I'd
is-
much
that's a
rather be
run.
on that side of the bracket. Wouldn't you?
I guess because there's not that experience, there's not that
Yeah,
championship. pedigree
exactly
on
right.
the-
Look, so here's the funny thing is I would put Johnny's as the favorite to win because they beat KTC and because they had the easier path right now. But they're probably also the least experienced and thus the most vulnerable.
Yep.
So if I was going to be here, I would want to be in the Post House Shirt Factory spot because you have the quote-unquote easier path to the finals. You don't have to play either of the teams that's been in the finals for the past 3 years.
Yeah, the bottom half of the bracket is a gauntlet. no
Yeah,
doubt.
yeah. 4 years, yeah. Sorry. Which kind of goes to what I was thinking of earlier, which is so when it comes to the rankings, because we don't have divisions anymore, it seems like the board doesn't rely on the runs allowed or anything like that anymore. Like the old tiebreakers are gone, so it's basically who did you beat, who did you lose to, and what have you done for me lately. And
That's why I did mine.
yeah, the weird thing about it is that when Seth and I were talking about halfway through the season, it was just a fucking huge mess. But the way the schedule that the board worked out has panned out, it worked itself out. And especially that week 10 where they get to do the matchups, that helps solve a lot of problems. And it's not 100% perfect or anything like that, but it really feels like the run differentials and runs allowed matters less than it used to because it's not as much of a tiebreaker.
I mean, not in the historical sense of a tiebreaker, but I mean, to me, when I dove into some of you hit it right on the head. A lot of it is a lot of what have you done for me lately? Because when you look at that most recent body of work, most of the league, it's mirrored the mid-season, but not necessarily once you hit that 15 seed and below. It hasn't mirrored the first one through 3 to 4 weeks. So I really looked at, once I personally hit the 15 through about 27, I was looking at the last 3 to 4 weeks of the season, but I was looking at head-to-head scores. Okay, this team, the dumbbells. Okay, they won this game. Well, it was by 1 over this team who just got destroyed by the team who I'm matching them up against. So the what have you done for me lately? 100%. But also, I don't think it's more of a traditional sense, but for me, I still look at the run differentials because it does factor into when we're looking at the splitting hairs of 1 seed. For me, that 6 to 8 especially came off head to head in the last 3 weeks. Run scored, run differential. Personally speaking.
And to steer us partially back on track, the over under, yeah, I put Shirt Factory in that.
So you
5.
go over.
I go over.
You go
yeah.
over. Okay.
Yeah, I mean we had we played Tree Care, Post House, Shirt Factory, all 3 of them, and Shirt Factory beat us the worst out of the 3 teams.
Mm-hmm.
We scored the most against them too, but they did beat us the worst.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's I think that they're definitely in the running this year, and like Ben said, I mean that is technically the less experienced in postseason crunch time section of the bracket for Johnny's being the number 1.
Yeah.
You still have to deal with Post House and all of their experience. Post House has to deal with Johnny's and their speed and youth and enthusiasm, but I'd put all the experience that Urish and Dalton and everybody has to get that team on track.
Yeah. Another way to put it is it feels like, and I think the regular season kind of bears this out, is that Johnny's is the one most vulnerable to a hiccup. And that's all it really takes in the tournament, right?
Yep.
I'll go. My heart says the over, but my mouth says the under, and I'm not going to tell you which team I think has the biggest chance to fuck up because.
Okay. Well, that's one of the discussion questions later on. But next discussion question: which team sees 9 or lower is most likely to make a deep run into the cup side of the bracket? 9 or lower, in your opinion? Quarterfinals and maybe the semis. Yes, most likely.
So just basically who could overperform their seed?
Correct.
I mean, obviously
9 or lower.
It's such a weak answer, but Love Garden. I mean,
Yeah.
Love Garden. Yeah.
They
yeah.
lost to KTC by 1 in the semifinals last year. They were a 4 overall seed. It seems like they got back on track against the Tropics last week. I think Harpies beat them head to head earlier in the season.
They did 11-10 in week 9.
Very close game.
11-10. Yeah.
I don't know. I would pick I will pick Love Garden over Harpies. I don't know though. After that, it gets really tough.
Yeah, it does. Anybody else want to interject?
Yeah. The answer is no.
You're not gonna say Red Lion?
No.
No.
Well,
Anyone
you
else?
said
No, most likely. It said most likely.
no.
Anyway, Love Garden's answer?
No, Love Garden.
As crazy as the regular season was, with some of the biggest upsets in the regular season we've ever seen, I actually think that the quarters are going to be very close to chalk.
So I know Love Garden's the nice pick here because it should theoretically be the easy one.
Yeah.
And even as much as I just said, I think the Shirt Factory has the possibility of it. John Denver, if their team shows up, they're a top 5 from last year. If that team shows up, that's a problem. And they lost, yeah.
Yeah, they were up 5-1 on Johnny's on the bottom of the 8th in week 6.
Yeah.
So yeah,
They gave up 8 runs though. You just can't.
Yeah, well, 7 runs, 7 ones.
That's true, but 8 runs to the number 1.
That's still.
It's like all the historical. Hey, KTC's losing by 2 or 3 going into the 9th. KTC wins.
Can't just
Shirt
treat care.
Factory is losing by 2 going into the 9th. Shirt Factory wins. It's
I think this
found ways to
illustrates
win.
more why I think that Johnny's might be the most vulnerable to a hiccup versus why I think JDE is the most likely to make it into that conversation. No shade. I mean, JDE is great. They have been for a long time. I just don't see it this year.
Fair.
Go ahead, Seth.
Obviously, another conversation point should be Red Legs 7, Tropics 10. But we've seen that game before, and the run differential was like 18. I mean, what was the score?
Yeah, it was a lot.
It was a lot.
It was a lot to not.
Biggest loser for Red Legs being ranked 7 instead of 6 was KBC.
Well, and also Tropics, like I've been keeping them at 11 on my
25,
rankings.
8, 17
I've been keeping
runs,
Tropics at 11 on my rankings all year long, and they finally busted into 10. And what did it get them? A matchup with Red Legs.
Yep.
Like, that's kind of a
That's
nightmare
okay.
for them.
Great.
That's okay.
Good job, Cougar.
I didn't do anything.
It's
I'm just
it's
sponsor.
all
I'm not a
Cougar's
coach.
fault.
Here's Ryan, my captain.
Seth, thank you for finally putting us in top 10. We were celebrating like crazy, even though we just got our shit pushed in by Love Garden. So thank you.
All it took was a run rule. That's all you needed to get there.
like these wonderful shirts that Lawrence Shirt Factory brought us, and my sobriety, KBC is living on borrowed time.
Pretty much. Next discussion question. I think Ben might answer the question. Which team seeds 8 and higher are most jeopardy of not surviving the first weekend? And that's who will lose, most jeopardy to lose. To not survive the first weekend. Anyone most jeopardy?
It's got to be Honey Badgers just because they're the most volatile. Because they could beat the number 1 team and they could lose to the number 12 team.
You said top 7?
Top 8. Which of the top 8 teams with most jeopardy to not survive the first weekend?
Yeah.
Think it's Harpies? Could be. Maybe Alex talk about the Honey Badgers because they face potentially these holes. Maybe you have something to say about it.
I mean, it's got to be the inverse of what you guys were just talking about. If you guys picked Love Garden as the most likely, Harpies is the most likely to be the losing side of that.
Yeah.
Because they have to play Love Garden.
We need to
Both
scratch this
theoretically.
question because for the last 5 years, we've always talked about the 8-9 for this question. Let's just get rid of this.
Yeah, it's a weird question to
Yeah,
have.
well, you know. But someone said 6. Someone says the Honey Badgers because they're the most volatile. So that's a good answer.
I mean, it's a rematch of one we have to win and get there, and so do the Badgers. Theoretically, let the lower teams play. Yes,
that's not gonna happen.
but we'll see on the loser side, Kenny. But yeah, I mean, theoretically we both get there. It's a rematch of the Twain last year, and I know we've had good success with Rats and Badgers in the past. The last couple of times we've lost, but yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Yeah.
Ideally here, you're looking for a team that doesn't have really powerful legs that's playing on a small field. And I haven't looked at the bracket long enough to know who that is, but that's who you're looking for.
Before we go into the bracket here and the picks, I want to say this CD Cougar After Dark podcast is once again sponsored by Lawrence Shirt Factory. Sponsored for past, 6-7 years? I don't know. A sponsor, Cougar After Dark, local family owned and operated, KVKL player, member, and proud sponsor since 2004. Lawrence Shirt Factory, number 1 in Cougar's heart, number 5 in the league. And I know Mike doesn't want to read this, but I'll do it anyways. They're located at 925 Iowa, Suite L. Phone number 785-330-5831. Website is lawrenceshirtfactory.com. And they're also located at Hillcrest Shopping Center. Katie, there you go.
Hey.
We talked about this, about
Yeah.
the trophy.
The trophy, but they already beat Empire a week too. So
Number 1 in Cougar's heart is the polite way to say that.
Really?
It softens the blow.
All right, let's just go with the bracket here. So, should we start with the playing games or what? You think you should do it that way, Sean? Okay.
Yeah, go with
Playing game.
All right, here, I have a semantic objection here. These
that?
are no longer playing games. They're in the main bracket. We got to stop calling them that. Okay,
What's
let's
the other?
let's give these teams their respect.
Technically, 1 through 4 have the bye.
Yeah, look. So one through 4 have a bye. They earn those byes, but
Yep,
the
they do.
teams in the main bracket, 5 through 36, earn those spots. They're not playing games. They're main bracket games.
Okay, fine. What?
Mad props.
Anyways, play or boot, fine, whatever. All right. Ball Beavers R Bar, the 32 over 33 game. Never thought that R Bar would be in this position.
Wait, you speaking for yourself?
What? Of course, yeah. Someone's been a long time been in the lower 8. That's the Mahomies and homies. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, those
I mean,
days. Oh, yeah.
this is not a surprise to me.
With R-Bar?
R-Bar.
Oh, yeah.
Is this I mean,
Not a huge surprise.
I could understand a slight surprise, but is this a huge surprise?
not,
Anyone
no. After
for
last
anyone
year-
with the schedule they had,
no.
the year they had last year?
Yeah, it's not a surprise.
I think it's a very
So.
fair and appropriate ranking.
The board definitely owes R-Bar a nice schedule because they are on the other side of like what 23rd Street has gotten, where they got a nice schedule, a positive schedule. R-Bar has had a rough schedule
Has
2
it a rough
years in a row.
schedule? Has it?
Yeah, they have had a rough
So
schedule.
it's only 433, the strength of schedule. Not that hard.
No.
433.
Yeah, fourth.
Not that
Yeah,
hard.
I was gonna say it was not a
It's
not a
actually
tough
pretty easy.
schedule.
Not a tough schedule.
Which is why the body of work.
Yeah, body work. You know,
Our bar was preseason ranked 18 going
yeah.
into this season this year, and they did not show up.
what? Yeah.
While I love everybody on that team, that is 100. I will even say I will screenshot. I said most of us were not at the meeting yesterday, but we gave our rankings in. I will screenshot talkings that we had on that we had on our Slack, whatever message board bullshit we do, that I even argued before I put my own final rankings in that our bar should be 29 to 25. And then as I went through all of my rankings and my head-to-heads, I actually kind of kicked myself in the butt and I was like, oh, yeah, they were all right. It was probably a little bit lower.
It's rough because R-Bar finished 2-8 last season and then made it to the semifinals of the plate. So the plate, you're playing for 17th, so you should be maybe like 21st. I don't know. That's it. They've had a tough draw 2 years in a row. I mean,
but I'll also argue too. I just said to you in the previous podcast, like you were 13 and you won the plate last year.
yeah,
That is. I did not realize that was what your ranking was, because to me that is way too high to be going to the plate.
when you play an up and coming
Way
team
too high to be going to the
in
plate.
first round. Yeah.
Look at the schedule of R-Bar, the chance that they could have won, the losses. They lost to Asteroid Head, who finished at, 4-6. They lost to Triple X, who finished at 4-6. And they lost to Dumbbells, who's finished at 4-6. So they had the opportunities with the schedule to make up ground to, be better than what we thought of this. They had the chances. So
Yeah,
the schedule was that tough? No.
There was
not
a
that tough.
lot of opportunity.
Oh, sure.
And I mean, not even
Absolutely.
just pigeonholing it into those 3 games. I mean, there's
But if this-
7 games around that of full of opportunity.
Oh, yeah.
And
you can say that about any team that goes 2-8. They have
Yeah.
a lot of opportunities to win games.
100%. Like,
Yeah.
and that's why I feel that way. Like, we're sitting at 2-8, and it's the same thing where you feel like, man, any given week, on at least 3 of those weeks, we could be 5-5.
Yeah.
We could be 6-4, and especially once you get to the 18 to 36 range, it gets so jumbled. I mean, it's a big range because you're looking at just breaking down into the lower half of the league,
Just
quote unquote.
Talking
like-
about top half of the league teams that R-Bar played, though. Corksuckers, Sacred Sword, Triple X, Free State, 23rd Street Brewery, Honey Badgers. Those are a lot of good teams for a team in the 30s to be playing. No, and that's what I'm just saying. All I'm saying is the board should give them a nice schedule next year because they've gone 2-8.
Well, I mean,
That's
2
AR.
years
falling into the 33rd, it's not like they're going to, I mean,
And they've hosted a bunch of podcasts, and we're fucking fantastic. I don't. Are we actually picking this game right now? Or
No, we could do that.
Okay, 'cause I don't-
sorry. Going against Ball Beavers again. A tough
Yeah.
season for them after a 6-4, season last year. Talk about Ball Beavers. We saw them against Game of the Week. They got kind of outclassed by Empire. Anyone
Good
talk about who's
Cougars.
gonna win this game? What's that? Yes, the good Cougars, the South Korea Cougars. Fine, whatever. Well, that's what they are. The good Cougars. Fine. Who's going to win this match?
It's definitely going to be Bald Beavers because I'm picking strictly based on mascots.
Of course you are. Shocking.
Off the cuff, based on mascots. Bald Beavers, and our bar has the best chicken in Lawrence, but a beaver kills a chicken. So Beavers win. It's going to be hair pies again.
R-Bar, let's fucking go.
Cougar talks about Bald Beavers dropping in the rankings like his team didn't pillage them in the offseason and send them tumbling down the standings. It's fucked up.
Hey, don't forget the rape part. Rape and pillage.
Really? It's been 2 years? What team did 2 of your best players play for last year?
Oh.
Oh, that.
Oh,
Yeah,
that.
Yeah, I didn't do it. I'm picking R-Bar to win this game, by the way.
My favorite part of the entire podcast season was Cougar saying that the linear champ for the old team was Bald Beavers because he didn't want KBC to be affiliated with it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, best
I got
wings
nothing.
in
I
Lawrence,
got
but
nothing.
I'm going with the Beavers.
Beavers to win?
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
Screw it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, my old team. I'm going R-Bar. Let's fucking go. Let's do it. Let's do it. Could be wrong. Whatever. Next playing game. Let's go in order. Not in order. Playing game number whatever. Number 29, late fees versus ringers. It's late fees. It's late fees. Sorry. Here's one. Number 31, Empire versus number 34, the defending boot champions, Poshwash. Sean, you're last. Who wants to talk?
Wait, did we just gloss over late fees ringers?
Yes.
I haven't filled out my bracket, so I need to actually.
You didn't fill your brackets?
No,
It's off of mascots.
yeah, straight off the cuff here.
Oh my gosh. Late fees and ringers. Which mascot are you going with there, Ben? Movies or
Telephones.
telephones? Yes.
Yeah, movies win.
Movies win. Okay. Thank you. Next one, Empire versus Poshwash. Sean, you're last. Who wants to interject?
Empire.
Thank you.
Empire.
The dark side is strong.
We don't know what it means anymore. Sorry about it.
Yeah. Empire has 4 wins this year. They're about to add a 5th.
Isn't that crazy? Empire with 5 wins potentially. Wow. Good on you guys. Great. Congrats. No, I'm going Empire as well. Sorry, Sean. Which mascot there, Ben?
Damn, puppies absolutely defeat some kind of a nebulous, weird, tyrannical.
A bunch of fascists.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the animals win. Have you not seen Planet of the Apes? The animals win.
Oh my gosh.
I think it's more
Okay,
bureaucrats
Sean.
than
Not
fascists.
just animals, the filthy animals.
Filthy animals, yeah. Sean, go ahead.
My team's probably going to kill me. They say it's not nice to pick against your team, but
I would know about that.
I do believe that Empire will get their 5th win in the boot because they're not going to win this game.
I have a prediction.
Oh, what, Ryan?
I have a prediction. I have Poshwash, but in this game, we got bulletin board material out here.
Jeez, more bulletin
why
board
not?
material for
Just bulletin
Empire?
board
My
material.
God. Oh my God.
All I know is that I am always confident in my team, and I am more than confident in knowing that we will have 4 of our starting position players back this week that we didn't have when we played them last time, and their team is unchanged.
So long as they're eligible. Also, I kind of feel like we're all gonna have to buy Arvell another bottle of scotch. Is it?
Probably, yeah. That's okay. Fellow Man United fan. Go Devils.
I'll bet a bottle of scotch on
Okay.
Sean. That's fine.
All right. Next one is number 30 Scoonies versus number 35 Rockets.
Scoonies.
I got Scoonies.
Scaries.
Which mascot?
Ooh.
A boat? A boat or no? That's not a boat. It's a covered wagon. It's a covered wagon.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the I'm gonna go with the Scoonies because
Schooner.
I'm a pirate and rockets are more likely to blow up. So there you go.
Jesus, the Challenger thing. So, no, I got Scoonies. I got Scoonies to win. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Let's go to the first round matchups. Number 16 seed Corksuckers versus number 17 seed Sod Squad. Oof.
Hot
I think what we've done in the past on this is just
Yeah.
let's zero in on a few potential upsets, and we don't have to talk about every single first round game.
This is also great. This is perfect for the mascots. It's Booze versus Bud.
And it's a direct rematch. Didn't these teams play last week?
Back
Yeah.
to back, yeah.
And it was a 1-run game.
Yeah. All right. So 10 years ago I would have taken the grass, but I'll take the Booze now.
Take the booze, yeah.
So you got Cork.
Yep.
Cork, yeah.
Okay.
Cork.
I got Sod Squad.
I got Sod Squad too.
I got
For the
Cork.
revenge. Alex?
I got Corksucker on this.
It's hard.
Strictly from defense.
Defense, yeah, sure.
I also want to give Cork a quick shout out. If everybody else on the podcast had not picked Sod Squad, allowing me to pick Cork last week, I would have lost the pick 'em to Sean. That was the game.
That was him. He picked Cork. Yeah, that got him the win.
He did.
I'll give him another ball of whiskey. God, too much whiskeys. So, any other like potential upsets here? First round. Young Spine. Where's Young Spine?
That would
Ghost?
be my pick for
Young
the
Spine Ghost,
potential
yeah.
biggest upset, but I did not pick the
I didn't
Ghost.
pick- I picked Young
I
Spine.
love them, but I did not pick
I love
them.
the Ghost, but no, I'm Young Spine.
Say,
Young Spine are doing well.
Young Spine's playing really, really well.
As the team that was the 13 last year and lost to the 20, we just had to talk about this game, but I also have Young Spine. It's two young teams. It would be a little bit more interesting if Ghosts were 20 and I don't know, like JDE or D-Holes or something was 13, like a veteran versus a young team, but similar teams. So.
And I think that being veteran or younger teams, that the Ghosts just lose that purely off of that extra year of being around the league, being in. It's just that little bit more, at least for me, that they fall a little bit short.
Yeah.
I have to say, I have missed a podcast for a while, and I've been hearing Cosgrove's reiteration of the Barely Legals on our team. I want to give a shout out to all the veterans on my team that we are literally 5-5 on the defense and have more kickers on our lineup that are veterans than Barely Legals. So don't discount the fact that people who have been in this league for a long time, that might be old, that might not be able to kick very well, that might be moving teams or whatever. Just because there's youngins coming up there, there's still veterans in this league that know how to fucking play. So watch out, Young's fine.
Is that pot shot at me? I'm kidding.
No,
No, I'm kidding.
I'm just saying, surely,
I'm so
because
kidding.
no one on this panel picked Ghost to win this team. So
No, I'm talking about like on KBC Tropics, but I was kidding, of course. Anyways, oh yeah, mascots. Who do you got, Ben? You got Ghost or chiropractors? Turn it on.
Interesting matchup because Young Spine has all the vertebrate and Ghosts have none.
True.
So I'm taking bones over no bones.
Bones or no bones? There you go. All right. Another one of the possible a good matchup here. Number 15 seed 23rd Street Brewery versus number 18 seed Free State. The battle of the breweries. Oh, here's Seth right here. You're last. Who wants to go first about this? Anyone? Alex?
I'll go first.
Yep.
I got Free State winning this one. Just the overall defense. Again, overall defense of that team. 23rd Street's got a good overall defense also. There's just a little bit more offense on the Free State side of things.
Is anyone taking 23rd Street? I guess that's the logical next question.
I am.
Yeah.
I am absolutely taking 23rd Street because after all of that hullabaloo about the Triple X versus Free State
Wait,
stuff.
what happened?
The hullabaloo.
Hullabaloo.
So I was only mildly paying attention to the earlier podcast, but what I got from it was there's karmic retribution coming for Free State, which means that Cougar has to be reffing both of the Free State games,
no.
which also means that Free State has to lose that first game.
Oh, boy.
Otherwise, because KBC is definitely winning the first round. And that,
I hope so.
that puts KBC.
I hope so.
That puts KBC reffing the late game on YSC4, which is in the plate bracket, and so I have to put Free State there.
Oh,
So-
gosh.
I put 100% on KBC. Cruise through 1-2.
Yeah. Also, from a mascot standpoint, I love myself a growler, but screamers can.
Just leave it there.
Yeah, that's. Yeah. There's something sexual about a screamer, not so much about a growler. I don't know. So,
Chelsea's ready to get involved here.
I just want to say that we're going to play kickball, and somebody's going to win and somebody's going to lose, but it's going to be a 1-point game.
Oh,
One
all right.
game.
All right.
Here's the thing.
Will
The
it
final
will
score
it be in
2-1?
regulation or extras? Regulation or extras?
Here's the thing: whether it happen because these two struggle on offense, the final score might be 2-1. It could happen. I'm
Well, I mean,
serious.
it could.
happen. 2-1.
Yeah. I just wanted to put some respect on 23rd Street. They, let's see, in the last two regular seasons, I think they're 15-5. I don't know that many teams in kickball in the last two regular seasons that have won more than won 15 games or more. That's rarefied air. That's KTC. That's Global Cafe. So these folks are not used to losing games. And it's obviously we're by seed the underdog. We're clearly not going to take it any kind of way other than as a major challenge. And yeah, two breweries going at it. Why not? This is what KL's all about.
This is the best matchup the board came up with. This is as it should be. I will, and we haven't played pre-state, but I will say it took everything Red Lion had to beat 23rd Street. So it feels like it's going to be a really good matchup.
We had to bring in a card-carrying AARP member of my family to get on base 1,000% against you guys.
There you go.
Well, I
Adina, hey. I miss you, Gina.
I think
Better
either
play.
way.
Yep.
So if you're going to go back to like just basing it solely off mascots, I mean, if you're going to look at a team that is called the Screamers and the unofficial Screamers, who really wins? Not the referees.
Good luck, Cougar.
Thanks. Man. Should we go into the play side of the bracket there, I think?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that. Okay.
Did we just fiat the rest of these picks?
We got the
here?
rest of these picks, unless there's anyone think it'd be an upset anywhere. Anyone? I don't think so. No, I don't know. All right.
No.
So let's go to round 2 of the plate. So that would be the loser of Ball Beavers R-Bar versus the loser of Corksuckers Sod Squad. No, winner. Oh, I'm sorry. The winner of Ball Beavers.
Can we not gloss over the Sacred Sword Red Lion matchup? I know Sacred Sword is a little bit shorthanded, but I just want to mention, like I've talked to about all the rest of you, this is the largest age gap between any two competing teams in the history of KVKL.
I mean, shoot, you could be old enough to be their father there, Benjamin. Jeez.
No, there's not. You could be.
Yeah, if we were in Arkansas, I could be their grandfather.
Really?
Also,
Yes, really.
I think this is an interesting matchup because Ben, you guys were what seed last year? You were
5. They were 5.
Yeah,
So
hi.
I think that Red Lion was the biggest drop in seeds compared to last year, going from 5 to 9.
That was R-Bar.
Our bar was what 23? No, they weren't 20.
No.
KDC was 20. They were like 23 or 24.
23, I think.
So now they're 30. Okay, so close to.
Yeah.
And then Sacred Sword was either the biggest riser or tied for the biggest riser, going from 31 to 19.
I think they were the biggest riser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So two teams on maybe opposite paths colliding in the first round.
Yep. One of us doesn't have to go to college anymore.
Yeah, and in this game, I mean, if there is one thing that Lion historically kind of struggles with, it's a lot of speed, and they have a lot of speed, just like honey badgers or
Yeah.
All I heard from you is that they're doing illegal drugs.
they could be doing illegal drugs also.
Wait, who? Not
Oh,
me?
Jesus. No.
Yeah, not you.
Okay.
Clearly not me. I'm the angel.
But
Allegedly.
it is also playoff time, and Red Lion turns it on more in the playoffs than any other
Cougar,
team.
you're
so.
not an angel.
I don't do
Let's-
drugs.
Let's see
I don't do
your
drugs.
search history. Yeah, it got quiet. Exactly.
Moving on. Let's to the plate. Who do you guys have over on the? That's again the winner of Ball Beavers R Bar versus the losers of Corksuckers and Sod Squad. Let's go.
R-Bar and Sod Squad, and I've got Sod Squad winning this one.
Yeah, no matter who
Yeah.
Wins that, it's got to be
It's gonna
Sod Squad.
Beavers and Sod with the win.
I got Cork. Yeah, me and Seth got Cork.
Yeah, I've got Court going
Yeah,
left
yeah.
and obviously
yeah.
winning that matchup.
Wow.
Other side, the loser of Harpy's Jazz House versus the loser of Love Garden and Dumbbells. Oh God, these two teams are like super young, super
Really,
young.
it's a really good matchup.
I don't think both can like rent a car.
They can borrow Rick's van.
They can borrow
Jazz House has had a pretty disappointing season, all things considered.
They have.
They were probably preseason 16 or 17.
Yeah, they've had some really good wins and really close losses, but overall, yeah, they've kind of shat the bed in some of those matchups.
They got,
I don't. Here's my.
We're dead.
We're dead.
Yeah, here's my problem. It's that Jazz House typically underperforms in the playoffs, so I think I have to take Dumbbells here because of that, and they're the higher seed.
Yeah. Yeah, well.
Also, from a mascot standpoint, it's weights versus musical instruments.
Wait,
You could
Lauren,
just
aren't
take,
you the sponsor
Just
of
take a
dumbbells?
25-pounder and smash a saxophone.
Jazz House player pays for
Sing a
dumbbells.
song. What about tuba? The tuba's pretty freaking big.
You can still smash a tuba with a 25-pound dumbbell.
Shit, you're right.
Oh yeah.
Damn it. Plus, it's not. Plus, tuba's not jazz. Oh, here's the commish. Here goes
On the
commish.
mic.
Dumbbells are the most jacked team in the league. I'm not gonna lie.
Are you accusing doing steroids or commish? Is that what you're saying? It's
Yet.
not against the rules yet. Okay.
We default to MLB rules.
Great. Now we're gonna do drug testing soon. Thanks, commish. I'm in trouble.
Oh
No, I'm
shit.
not. Yeah, I know.
So
I'm
this
buying
is-
some. I'm buying some horse urine.
So this is an interesting matchup.
Yeah.
Strictly off the fact that, as Lauren said, that they did beat Dumbbells earlier in the season, and I roughed the game where Jazz House was sitting there holding the Tropics until the Tropics decided to kick at Rick over and over again, and I
That
really
doesn't
think
happen that often.
it was the entire ninth inning,
Well, you know. Okay, fine.
which won them the game.
No, it wasn't.
But I think that if there was anybody on that team that wasn't named Rick on the field that day, that it might have been a different outcome for you guys.
Ryan says incorrect. Erroneous.
But yeah, ultimately this is going to be a fantastic matchup.
Yeah.
I think Dumbbells just has the more recent success
Yep.
and the
Yep.
not it's just they're both athletic teams. They're
Yeah.
both good, solid players. I'm just siding with Gage on this one because he
Yeah.
sometimes fills in for me in City League.
I got dumbbells too. Seth,
Yeah, dumbbells also.
dumbbells. Anyone?
I'll go with the
guess
Jazz House. I'm
There you
riding
got
with the
one
commish.
outlier. Nope.
So the most
Clearly did not.
So who was the most jacked team in the league before dumbbells came in? Was it Johnny's and now it's dumbbells? What's the common?
Yeah.
What's the common thread? Commish. What's the common thread?
What is it, commish?
Steroids.
When I was on Johnny's, they were the most jacked team in the league. Obviously.
That exactly probably helped too.
I can tell you
Just a
that
little
Red
bit.
Lion was the most jacked off team in the league.
Cougar After Dark.
Han
Oh
Solo.
my gosh! Every year this Cougar After Dark, I just oh my god.
All right, let's get it moving.
Let's go. I got dumb. Moving on. The loser of the winner of late fees Ringers versus the loser of Young Spine Ghosts.
Ghosts
can all
over late.
agree.
I got
Ghosts.
Ghosts. I got Ghosts. Sorry, late fees. Yeah, it's like it goes for versus videotapes.
Late fees winner of the biggest upset of the season, though. Yeah.
Yeah, I got 23rd
Yeah.
Street Brewery.
All right, so they are capable, but this from
Capable.
a mascot standpoint, this is like the establishment that rents movies to people and one of the greatest video rentals of all time. So go bust them.
You can't rewind. Make sure remind.
If Empire wasn't the feel-good story of the season, late fees definitely would be. They've had a fantastic year.
I'm going with late fees.
You're going late fees.
No, not in the game.
Oh,
They're my feel good story.
Oh, feel good story. I was like,
In
whoa.
our feel-good story
what?
bracket of the year.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
God.
also the low key. So this is the second game of the day. Most fun wins until you have to play twice.
Yeah.
Next one is the loser of Lawrence Shore Factory Woost versus the loser of John Denver Experience and Rick Ross. But before we do that, guess who is the sponsor of the podcast?
Who's the sponsor this year?
That'll be Lawrence Short Factory. And speaking of Lawrence Short Factory, sponsor over 7 years of sponsoring Cougar After Dark, local family-owned and operated KVKO player, member, and proud sponsor since 2004. Lawrence Short Factory, number 1 in Cougar's heart, number 5 in the league. And, of course, they're located at 925 Iowa Suite L, phone number 785-330-5831. The website is lawrenceshorefactory.com.
Cougar swipes right on Lawrence Shore
What's that?
Factory. Swipes right.
Oh no, he covers their photos in white, but he swipes right. Is this your new
You're
rubber?
terrible.
It's a rubber sheet night.
You're awful.
It's
You all
Cougar After
suck.
Dark. He got 2 shots in him. There's going to be
Y'all are
at
terrible.
least one more shot tonight.
You guys are ruthless. He literally was just like loser of LSF and Woost, and you guys just went crazy.
They always do, Seth. You know this. How many times have you been? You've been this Cougar After Dark podcast?
No,
He does it every year.
on the bingo on the Cougar After Dark bingo, that's like a 3 square.
Exactly.
yeah.
We have a hard on for Cougar's hard on for Lawrence Shore Factory. I feel like Rick Rollers has too much talent here. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Rollers over Woost. And have they
Rollers.
played yet this season already?
Rollers and
No?
Woost. The answer
I thought they did.
is
Jeff says no. Have you
No?
played Woost yet? Oh,
Yeah,
you did?
that's
They,
what I
they
thought.
won
This is
16-2 week
Yeah,
3.
yeah,
16-2 week 3.
16-2.
Yeah,
very
16-2. There
confident
you go.
picking the Rollers. Don't fucking let me down.
There you go.
Well, I'll
Hey,
talk to
Carol gets
Marisa,
over
and there
cast
might be a
now. Stop it.
team vote, and Jeff might be the hottest free agent in KVKL again.
Oh, here we go again.
This
Oh
gives
my
us
gosh.
it's a tough one for the mascot matchup. Though. So are you picking Wu-Tang Clan or Rick?
Rick Astley.
I'm going to go on record and say for half the season, I thought it was Rick McNeely on their
I
jersey.
told them they should have done that. Oh, that felt like a missed opportunity to me. This was what
my
it was.
God.
I like 80s music, so Rick Rollers all the way.
Oh, there you go. The next one is the winner of Empire Posh Wash versus the loser of 23rd Street Brewery and Free State. Either way, got 23rd Street.
Same.
Yeah.
It'll be the first time I pick against my team all year.
Yeah.
I've got 23rd Street in a hard-fought battle
Hard-fought
over
battle.
Poshwash.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah, puppies don't have many things that can beat them, but booze is one of them.
This is dark.
I've seen a drunk dog. It's kind of fun.
They
Just saying.
die. They
No,
drink too
no,
much for
no. Just the
beer.
acceptable amount.
Except no amount.
Can't play kickball after they drink.
Oh, okay. There
Well,
you
to their own credit, they fermented berries, so it was probably a little bit stronger.
go. Okay. The next one is the loser of Red Lake, so the Jerks versus the loser of KBC Tropics and Asteroid Head. What do you got?
I have, Soda Jerks and Asteroid Head, and I got the Jerks winning this game.
Same here.
Well, when you jerk ahead, the head wins. So, head all the way.
Seth.
I also have Soda Jerks. So are we going to clean sweep the 26 over the 23?
26 over 23, yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, jerks.
I feel like this deserves a who has Soda Jerks beat this year.
Who has Soda Jerks beat this year? That's a darn good
Yeah,
question.
is this coming from out of nowhere? I
let's see.
love me some Derek.
yeah,
I love
who's
Soda
it?
Jerks, but
So
come
they-
on, guys, what are we doing
So
here?
they beat a 4-6, Scoonies. They beat a 5-5 Liberty Hall. There you go. Ringers. Poshwash 2-8. Empire Kickback 4-6, and Rockets 1-9. So they beat Liberty Hall late fees in week 3. So that's something.
Yeah. All Empire, Scoonies, all teams that improved this season.
Yeah.
Derek's team is very solid defensively. It's just the offense is up and down generally.
Yeah.
But when if they get an inning to roll or 2 innings to roll, they can put some runs up in that lower to mid area of the brackets. And that's what you're going to get in this type of a game.
Funny you say about the up and down the offense. You would not believe this. Guess where Soda Jerks rank as far as runs scored? You would not believe this.
Top 5.
6. Crazy.
I told you, they could put up some
Oh,
runs.
they put some runs, yeah,
That
but
39 runs
Yeah.
on Ringers helped.
Right.
What's the schedule strength on the RPI?
The worst. The worst strength of schedule at where was it? At 344. They had the worst strength of schedule in the league.
Yeah, that's why. And
The
also,
worst.
this is on YSC3, which is a short-ish field, and Asteroid Head can fly it there.
Oh,
I don't,
Clint and
yeah.
Pat. Oh,
Yeah,
They can't
assuming
do that.
Clint's
No,
healthy
not
enough
that.
to play.
No.
I don't.
I
I'm
think
sorry.
Kicking into the
I don't.
wind.
I love jerks, but well, yeah, depends on which way the wind's blowing, bitch.
That's true. Historically, in the summer,
yeah.
you're kicking into the wind on 3.
Yeah.
I've seen it blow out to left before. I don't know. But yeah, I don't. I've got Asteroid Head by 5+ here.
So I think we go, Soda Jerks here. Next one is the winner of Scoonies Rockets versus the loser of Red Lion Sacred Sword. That's Sacred Sword, isn't it? Yeah. It's got to be.
Yeah, it's
Gotta
gonna be
be.
Sword over Scoonies.
S-word.
Sword of Scoonies, yeah. So a weapon versus, what is it, the boat? I don't know. That makes no sense.
Yeah, that's a weird one. I don't.
It's your weapon versus your transportation, pirate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take the sword. I guess.
Yeah, because you can poop the point.
boat with a fucking sword.
Yeah, that's
That's
fair.
true.
All
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
I'll just stab someone and take their boat.
Or stab the boat, make it sink? I don't know.
Plus, Sacred Sword is SS, so it reminds me of like the Gestapo. So I guess I have to go with that.
Well, and it's still round 2 of the tournament, so I'm taking sword that week.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Next one is the loser Honey Badgers Button Grind versus the loser D-Holes XXX. I got XXX.
I've got Seth Sanchez's number one fan, the porn spatulas.
Oh, he said it. He said it. No.
I don't, what was the nickname I gave them that I got shit for? I can't even remember now. The reach around. The reach arounds. All right, so.
Oh no.
All right, so
No.
since it's not written, I'm gonna rename them the Fuck Buddies. Fuck Buddies win.
Fuck Buddies wins over.
B&G.
Who's Button Grind? Who's
B&G.
No. Who's
Actually,
the singer.
So this is also a great mascot matchup.
Oh,
This-
R. Kelly.
Yeah, exactly. This is straight porn versus
Peeing.
virulent
someone you hear in
peeing
a spot.
porn. Yeah.
Yeah.
Straight porn wins.
Straight. Okay, there you go. Straight porn
Jeez,
wins.
what are you doing, Step
don't
Bro?
know. Oh my god.
I picked Triple X. I don't know what the fuck just all happened over there, but yeah,
I
Triple
don't
X.
know. It's Triple X with me as well. I don't know. So
Oh yeah, it's gonna get dirty. Triple X.
you want to keep going down the plate side?
No, Seth is pretending like he doesn't have a Pornhub subscription.
Can you pay for that?
X Hamster thing. Like, why do you need a subscription?
Oh my god.
Didn't Sean tell us that Chris doesn't care for it when we get too raunchy out here? Ben's just fired up.
Yeah, luckily Chris is not here.
was home.
He's at home. He borrowed. He gave Seth his Netflix, and Seth gave him his Pornhub login.
God.
So that's where Chris is tonight. He's doing some research.
Should we go down to the plate side, continue on, or what?
Yeah, let's do it.
Fine, whatever. So who do you guys have in the quarterfinals on that side?
For the plate,
For the plate, yes.
I have Cork Suckers and Dumbbells, and I have Dumbbells winning that matchup. And then I have Ghosts versus Rick Rollers, and I have Ghosts winning that. 23rd Street versus Soda Jerks, 23rd Street winning that game. And Sacred Sword versus Triple X, and I got Sacred Sword.
Not their biggest fan anymore.
Not their biggest fan no more.
It's
That's
written
fun.
in stone. Where's Emberly?
Fun while landed. Yeah, where's Amberly? She tapped out. I don't know.
That makes sense from a mascot standpoint, though.
Yeah, so.
The one thing.
What
one
about
thing
from a
that-
kickball standpoint?
No, not from a kickball standpoint.
No, if you're going Triple X versus Sacred Sword, I have seen 7 and know which one wins.
Oh, Jesus. Who wants to go next?
All right, I'm taking Sod Squad over Dumbbells because of the experience. Oh God, this is a fucking great plate matchup. Ghosts
is.
Rick Rollers because this is it's a rematch and it's the like half the old Rick Rollers team from last year is on the Ghost now. Whoo! All right, I'm gonna Yeah, Rick Rollers is 80s, Ghosts is 80s. I don't know. I'll take Rick Rollers so I don't have to sleep on the couch. Then I'll take Free State over Asteroid Head and Porn over the Sword.
Porn over sword, yeah.
I have Sod Squad over Jazz, Ghosts over the Rollers, Screamers over the Jerks, and the Porn Spats over Sword.
Oh, jeez. I got Dumbbells over Corksuckers. I have Rick Rollers over Ghosts. There you go.
Whoa!
I do. Sorry, Ghosts. I know we're your practice buddy. Yeah, just sorry we're practice buddies there every Tuesday, but the fun ends there. Got the Screamers over the Jerks, and I got Triple A Keys over Sacred Sword.
Yeah, it's week 3. I'm not picking Sacred Sword.
Yeah, I know we can say that. There's no such thing in the Cougar curse for the Cougars. For the umpteenth time, there's no such thing as the Cougar curse. Stop it.
That's
All
a
of
lie.
you.
There is
Quit
a
it.
Cougar
CJ,
curse.
I know you're listening out there. You started. Your
It's a
fault.
real thing.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's like the Loch Ness Monster. It does not exist.
Allegedly.
It does not exist.
I have known many people who have not only seen, but interacted with the Loch Ness Monster.
Were they too drunk on Scottish whiskey
No,
up there?
they saw him and he asked him for about Tree Fitty.
Were they
I
also
love
on
South Park.
Pornhub?
I love South Park. I love South Park. I love that episode. Let's go to the semifinals. Who do you guys have?
I'm going to go over the quarters real quick.
Cord. Oh, I'm sorry. You was Cord. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Alex.
Yeah, I got sod over dumbbells, rollers over ghosts, 23rd screaming jerks, 23rd street over that, and porn spatulas over the sword.
These are some sports specialists. You're a bad influence, Benjamin.
As usual, you and I have almost exactly the same, with like one minor bracket different. Fuck you, Haman.
That was the quarterfinal.
Plate.
Flight. All right, now we go to the semifinals. You know what? I'll start. I will go dumbbells over Rick Rollers. I will go with triple A keys over Screamers, just like last year, because they beat them in the semifinals of the plate. It's a rematch, and they prevail. Who's next?
I've got Sod Squad over the Rick Rollers and 23rd Street over the porn spatulas.
So they get the revenge from last year.
They get the revenge match.
Yeah. Seth?
I've got dumbbells over the Ghosts and 23rd Street Screamers over Sacred Sword.
Next.
I've got Ghost over Sod Squad and Triple X Porn Spatula Reach Around Especials over 23rd Street.
You forgot to say fuck buddies. Okay.
Fuck buddies extraordinaires.
Jesus.
I've got Sod Squad over Rick Rollers. Sorry, liver. And I've got Free State over Triple X. Yeah, because I made fun of Seth for having a Pornhub account, now they're going to beat the Pornhub account.
Who's reffing that game?
Cougar.
We don't know.
Are you serious?
We don't know yet.
Are you serious?
It's too late in the game.
Well, I know where one board vote's going. It's Cougar.
That would mean that he reffed all three of our games, or like 3 out of our 4 games at that point.
They haven't set the field schedules for those later rounds. I hope it's Cougar.
I don't know if I'll survive by now. I might be dead.
Is that a volunteer
Shit.
basis?
Actually, so
you only sit there with your popcorn ready,
So
Alex. You want to watch
the way this is breaking. If you guys play Triple X again, I would love to ref that game because I will toss.
I'll ref that game.
I will toss some motherfuckers.
I'll tag it. I'll ref that game again. Yeah. Unless you're good for punishment, Alex.
Yep.
Jesus. All right.
Let's do it.
I feel like there was a really strong Triple X contingent at the last podcast, and I feel like maybe you got a minor bad rap, but at the same time. You know.
Oh, here's Brandon.
You know, I won't tolerate that shit. So
I had a lot of confidence.
I would beg to ref that game.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Brandon, you have anything to say? No. Okay, never mind.
There was a major
Cougar,
Triple
you're gonna
X.
have to.
Yeah, let's go with the finals.
Well,
for the plate.
hold on. There was a major Triple X contingent at the podcast, but the Growler group thread is on fire. So I don't want to lose our first round matchup.
Oh,
if we do, holy moly.
So
that'd be a hell of a rematch.
hey, can we make a deal? Like, I just get a swipe at a varying speed wherever it stops. We get to screenshot it, and I can read it. Like, this
Maybe
sounds
after
awesome.
the podcast is over.
This sounds amazing.
Maybe after the podcast is over.
Oh my gosh.
All right, Coog, what's
plate-
next?
plate-
Uh-oh. 18 minutes.
18 minutes. Plate final.
Alex is done with that speaker.
He is
He's
done with it. He
checked
wants
out
to
of the maths. 18 minute. It's an 18-minute timer.
18 minutes.
So the plate final. I'll go first.
Is this coming? Oh, there we go. Plate final.
Uh-oh.
Who wins the plate? Who wins? Who you
Triple
got?
X versus the Ghost, and it will be a spooktacular showdown with the Ghost winning.
Okay. Benjamin?
I've got Free State and Sod Squad, and I don't know what I can do with the mascots here, frankly.
Beer and grass.
Beer and grass.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, okay. I'll take Free State then.
So they'll get they'll defend
Defender.
the plate. They will defend
Yeah.
the plate.
It's also a good hedge for the nobody's going to repeat a trophy. So.
Has anyone ever won the plate 2 years in a row? That'd be weird.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Plate?
No.
No. Double meat. Maurice's team. Yeah, the Maurice's team had won the plate.
Oh,
back-to-back
that's
years.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
2 years in a row?
2 years in a row. Yeah.
Okay.
They did it. Yeah.
Jimmy only wins trophies until he plays
Wait,
KTC.
did you have the same name both years?
Double meat?
Okay.
Tricking assets. There you go.
And then kicking assets.
33rd. Yeah, that's right. Highest seed ever to win the plate. Yeah, the
thought it was
trophy.
29th,
That is
but
crazy.
whatever.
I mean,
That's
that's
crazy, isn't it? Yeah. Yep.
I think it was 29th, but, well, you know.
I think it's 20. It
Who
was
was
29.
on the Who was on the board that you knew that ranked you 29?
It was
Ben
definitely
was?
Ben
not
was
me.
there. Oh, not you. Oh,
Holy
okay.
shit! No way.
Hey, they earned that 29 seed and the plate.
Oh, there you go. There you
Hey,
go.
look, any team,
I'm just kidding. I'm
in the bottom, any team in the bottom 12 that has Jimmy on their team should win the plate.
Oh, absolutely.
We've lost on the loser side of the bracket to Jimmy and Kicking Assets and Kenny on Los Matadores.
Yeah.
So yeah, I know how it goes.
It's a bad rub.
Ouch.
Hey, but I'm picking you to repeat. So hey.
There you go.
I mean, that's a lot more kickball.
Also,
and a lot of wins.
also,
That's
so
fun,
we
yeah.
didn't cover this, but I've got you guys in the semifinal matchup against Triple X as the rematch of the plate final last year. This could be a fucking hot ticket.
Oh my gosh.
We made shirts when we beat them last time. Might do it again.
Oh Jesus. We need to get a popcorn ready for that. Who you got in the plate final, Alex?
I've got Sod Squad and 23rd Street, with 23rd Street taking that one.
There you go.
Chipley will be
That's
happy
right.
to hear that.
Shipley, yeah, that's something.
He hasn't DM'd me tonight. I'm very sad.
Yeah.
It's probably past his bedtime. It is 11, so we're all dead.
I've got dumbbells in 23rd. I don't know if I said this yet, but I have dumbbells winning it.
I got dumbbells and triple X, and I got dumbbells. We have one dumbbells. Yeah.
24 seed making a run.
How about that?
Double dumbbells.
Double dumbbells.
I was looking at this thinking that maybe
Lauren's just
maybe all of
flexing
us
out
would be
there.
picking the winner of the 23rd Street Free State matchup to win this thing, but apparently not.
No.
Yep.
Totally different.
Yeah.
Did you already say yours, Sean?
So you guys are both wrong.
Yeah, it's not going to turn
Yeah,
out like that.
Yeah, when am I ever right? Come on.
Cougar, I
Did-
picked
did
the
you pick
ghosts
Sod
to
Squad?
fulfill their
You picked-
destiny
you
of
picked
the
Sod Squad to go
Diana
to the
plate.
finals
Oh,
at
yeah.
least?
What's that?
Yeah.
Sod Squad? Yeah.
Yep.
That's a great
when am I
pick.
ever right?
They're a
Yes.
really good team.
All right.
Yeah, Sod Squad is probably one of the favorites to upset in the first round every year.
Yeah.
It's tough.
And they added Blake this year.
Yeah.
Now let's go to the actual side of the bracket that wins. I don't know. Let's go. Johnny's Sod Squad, or Johnny's the winner of that. I mean, any upset. Oh, let's go. Harpies and Love Garden.
Hey, Cougar, I don't want to sound like an asshole, but you don't want to do the boot now?
Oh,
We
Boot.
already
I'm
had
sorry.
those
Yeah, we
teams.
do. I'm sorry. You're right. I'm sorry. Boot. I'm sorry. Thank you. Thank you for stopping me. So the semifinals of the Boot. Who you got? The loser game 1, loser game 4. Who you got?
I've got Bald Beavers and Headquarters Ringers, and I have Bald Beavers winning that game.
Same here. Alex, same thing.
R bar ringers, R bar winning.
Our bar rings.
Yeah. R-bar ringers, R-bar.
So sorry, telephones. Next one is loser game number game number 2, loser game number 3. I got Poshwash and Rockets, and Poshwash to again beat Rockets again like the regular season. There you go.
Same.
Same.
I've got Empire Rockets and fucking Death Star beat some pansy-ass rocket. I don't
Pew, 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 pew.
Same.
Yeah. And now to win the boot, who do you got? I got Ball Beavers and Poshwash. I love you, Sean. I'm going with my old teammates, Ball Beavers.
I can't believe you disrespected Ball Beavers like that.
I did. The good Cougars.
It
They
is
win.
fucking Empires to lose. Let's
It's-
get Empire a fucking trophy.
No.
Empire just came up here an hour ago and said they don't want any part of the boot. They're
They're part of it.
they're
They're
better
only part
than
of
it.
it,
Yeah, it's, oh, never mind.
And, look, I
What a trajectory.
Yeah.
From America's most beloved to one of the most fast, like, is this 1998 Bash at the Beach level Hogan heel turn? Like, I lost to Empire and biggest supporter. Man,
if somebody's gonna make a heel turn, it's gonna be fucking Empire, right?
I mean,
kind
it
of written
has
in the
to be.
stars that Empire
I mean,
is going to go the other way.
clearly it was, but woo!
Is it a heel turn for them to be aspiring to finish like top 30? I don't know.
Also,
There's a line in the sand between being top.
this
He's
is all,
hot. He's hot.
No more IFUs for this guy.
This is also fucking fantastic. I have it as R-Bar Empire. If it is R-Bar, it's the fucking Rebel Alliance R-Bar against Empire. And
entertainment value alone, R-Bar versus Empire would be probably
Yeah, that'd be
the,
great.
the
amazing.
best.
Yeah. Probably the two best fan bases in KVKL.
Yeah.
Truly. Yeah.
And I will take Empire. They've earned it.
There you go. Oh, jeez.
I've got Bald Beavers and Poshwash, and Sean has to give up that boot this time around. The Bald Beavers take it home.
Wow, we're the same. How about this? Wow. Alex?
I've got the Bald Beavers and Poshwash, and Poshwash without any Sean breakdowns, winning that game. So he
Without
can
any.
repeat. Two repeats.
Anything can happen in the tournament. I feel like all you guys picking Bald Beavers to make it into the loser side are in for a surprise. That's all I'm going to say. They are relatively good. They kept 23rd Street on their toes for 8 innings.
Yeah. But they got outclassed by Empire 2 nights ago.
Their third baseman, man, he does the Paul Santos.
Paul
soccer,
Santos throw,
soccer
yeah.
throw.
So they're not playing under the lights until this last game, though.
Yeah.
They don't have to worry about it.
Under the lights at 4 p.m.
No.
Under the Tatooine sun.
They got outclassed by Empire under the lights, right? But they don't have to worry about that until this last game.
Gotcha.
So.
Yeah, if it's anything like historically, it'll just be fucking 135 degrees, and you have to play at 4 and just hope you're dead by the time the
Luckily,
game's
there'll be
over.
some Jello on the side that they can go.
Yeah.
in.
Oh, gee,
yes,
not
there
that
will.
Again. Not that again. I'm not doing that again. Some of these events, by whatever.
They go over here, and then
All right,
So
keep it rolling.
Keep it rolling. Okay. So now we'll go over to the Cubs side, the most awesome side. Let's go to it. Number 8 seed Harpies versus number 9 seed Love Garden. Wow, who do you got?
I got Love Garden the rematch.
I've got faith in Grant. Taking Harpies over Low Garden on this one.
Mascots? Squids? A bird? A bird of prey? No, a harpy is an actual bird of prey. No, the harpy is a bird of prey.
It's hard.
big is this harpy?
It's like a sign of a peregrine falcon.
It's mythical? It's like a jayhawk. It's not
No,
real.
a harpy is an actual bird of prey.
Right. So
Yes.
here's how I'm going to do this.
I looked it up.
It's a flying mascot versus a sea mascot, right?
Yes.
So whoever makes the other team play their game wins because you can't fly in the sea and you can't swim in the air. Love Garden's going to be the visiting team. They score first, they win.
That's it. Okay. Harpies, you know I always pick against you, right? Yeah. Guess what? I'm not. I'm actually gonna pick Harpies.
Cougar
what a
curse.
shock. What a shock.
Did we just gloss over Corksuckers beating Johnny's or?
Yes.
Yeah, fuck
Sure
you
did.
guys.
Yeah.
Clint's going to have 3 more triples and just bury Johnny's.
Yeah. So, everyone made their picks?
I got Love Garden over Harpies. I think Love Garden, man, they again tough schedule this year. They've gone through it. I think they're only 5-5, but you want to talk about tournament team. They battled last year. They were the 4 overall seed last year. So they went to the semifinals. They performed as they were supposed to, and they lost to KTC by 1. I know they haven't
in extra innings.
in extra innings, yeah. I know they haven't had the greatest season, but those you want to talk about veterans. Those are a bunch of veterans that have been through a lot of big time playoff games.
You said tough schedule by Love Guard, which is true, like
Is Jake
544.
eligible? And is he
Harpies was brutal at 678, the toughest SOS in the entire league. The preseason SOS was the toughest, 678.
And they both
was
finished
brutal.
what 5-5 or 6-4.
5-5, yeah.
So
It's brutal.
Yeah,
Harpies.
also-
Now with D-holes, I know you got a brutal situation, but Harpies.
if you're living
Holy
in 7,
fuck.
8, 9, 10ville, your schedule's gonna be
Yeah,
horrible.
but my word.
Jake Friedman, love you and fuck you.
Fuck
Not
you.
eligible.
You're not eligible?
I did message him today. I was like, Jake, are you back? And he's like, I only played 1 game. So
Oh, no. All right. Any other games that could be pretentious?
Johnny's Love Garden. No, we already know who you're picking in Shirt Factory, John Denver.
Yeah.
I just want to say real quick. YSC3 is a small-ish field.
yep.
Young Spine is really hard to defend. Now I know this is coming from a Red Lion team that's on the slide, but they are tough.
You're talking
Yeah.
about their matchup against.
Post
Post
House?
House. Yeah.
They're on
That's
5.
on 5.
They're on
That's
5.
on 5.
Is it 5?
It's 5, yeah.
It's a small
Which is
field.
also a small field.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. So, look, I think Post House is winning this game. I think they're going to be surprised at how good Young Spine's offense
Maybe,
is.
yeah.
Post House also has 4 people legitimately that can kick it out of the park. Yeah. That's
Yeah, but I also saw Bryson got beat on a small field to center. Yeah. And I also saw them lose in a small field, so they are not invulnerable. Look, I'm not. Look, this is 50 to 1, right? I'm just saying. I think Post House wins, but they're going to be impressed with Young Spine.
Post House has gone into the Twain bracket before as a top 4 seed and still didn't win it.
Round two is dangerous for Post House.
It's not unprecedented.
Yep. I don't. Maybe another way to put it is, I expect Bryson to have a Pirate podcast where he talks about Young Spine for 30 minutes.
No, he's going to talk about how Red Legs should have played Harpies or should have played Shirt Factory for like an hour.
Yeah, that goes without saying.
By the way, speaking of Shirt Factory,
Friday 5.
Speaking of Shirt Factory, they're glossing over this JDE. They're sponsors of this podcast. Lawrence Shirt Factory is sponsoring over like 7 years. A Cougar After Dark, local family owned and operated. KVKL player, member, and proud sponsor since 2004. Lawrence Shirt Factory #1 in Cougar's heart, #5 in the league. And of course, they're located at 925 Iowa, Suite L. Phone number is 785-330-5831. The website is lawrenceshirtfactory.com. So there you go. Hi, Tim. So there we go. Let's go over.
Good to see you, Tim.
You know what? Let's go with this matchup here. Red Lakes, KBC Tropics. Ryan, you want to say something about this? No.
Does
Ryan,
anybody have KBC winning?
Hey, we got to win the first round first.
I mean, on the panel, does anyone have KBC winning?
It's just, I mean,
It's a rough.
It's a rough last time. 17 runs. It's hard to pick that. Yeah.
I don't think it'll be 17, but I don't see the Tropics.
Okay, how about
winning?
Ben, mascots, who wins? Red Legs or KBC Tropics?
Tropic or a leg ramp?
I guess it depends on where the Tropics are from, because Red Legs is reminiscent of communism, and Tropics could be Cuba.
They could be Flint with dirty water.
Yeah. It's definitely going to be Red Legs.
Okay.
No, yeah.
Ryan,
no dirty water.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Red Legs is the more commie.
I'm sorry, Ryan. I'm really sorry. Yeah.
I don't know. They are the naughty Cougars of North Korea.
Oh,
That's
gosh.
pretty
Here
communist.
we go. The Tropics. Naughty Cougars. North Korea Cougars. Well, here you go again. And I'm Kim Jong-un. I was Kim Jong-il at Halloween 15 years ago. Look it up. That's the heads of that for Game of the Week. Thank you for doing that. Best costume, by the way. Awesome. Honey Badgers, D-Holes. Anyone talk about that? Anybody? No?
Alex probably does.
Go ahead, Alex. Yeah.
What is this? Just like expected that the Badgers are going to win?
I picked them.
I picked them.
Hey, we played them extraordinarily well in the Twain last year.
You did.
And yeah, honestly, I mean, this is the second game. Anything can happen in the first game. You know, that could.
Is Ethan still out?
Do what?
Is Ethan still out?
Ethan is, as of right now, probably still out. Yes.
Is he day to day or week to week?
Probably week to week at best.
At best.
Yeah, I mean, I would be surprised if he was able to play this postseason. If he is able to play, it probably will not. It probably won't be this weekend. At best, it would probably be the second weekend. You know, if we made it to the Twain or whatever, then it would probably that would be way more likely. No, this is going to be I think that this is going to be a fantastic game. We both have differing play styles. They're a little bit more chaotic and base runnering. We're a highly defensive team, although we did manage to turn the offense on last game. I think this will be a spectacular game, and I wouldn't be surprised to see this thing be like a 7-5, one way or the other.
Right. Quick question: who has more players that can fly the field on YSC 8?
That can put it out on YSC 8. I don't know. They've got like two people who can do it.
Ryan?
With RJ and I really wish I knew his name.
50-50. Usually blows out to right center.
Aaron.
Well, yeah, I guess it would be on that one.
I've reffed Honey Badgers a couple times this year. I don't know their left fielder's name. The back of his jersey says Red Rocket.
Yeah.
That dude is one of the best players in the league. Yeah, he incredible baseball knowledge, like all the Honey Badgers do. But he goes all out, and not saying he can kick it out, but he kicks line drives.
Yeah, he's the one who I'm thinking of. I can't remember his name. But yeah, I mean, we've got the people who can take it out on ours is me, said Bickle if he really gets a hold of one, Hathaway, Santos. I mean, we got several people who can put one out.
By the way, real quickly, the Honey Badgers. Good on Alaya coming back from the injured foot. I thought it was like fracture, but like maybe it's just bruised. And she's still playing. She killed it against who's at Post House. I mean, she's playing and like she's good for Honey Badgers.
They've got very very solid players up and down. Their women are exceptional.
Yeah, I feel like so this is a Badgers eat donuts, but at the same time,
Donuts may be cursed.
Yeah, I feel like one of those two teams is going to be looking ahead to KTC, and the other is not. So I give D-Holes a puncher's chance here.
I will say that Kenny and I had talked about this for the last couple of weeks on Friday nights, that we really wanted to match up in the Twain again because, it's top four are pretty much, all travel teams, all all-stars, all, super athletic. Unlikely that either of us would really stand a chance against, trying to break into that. Would I love to? Absolutely. I want one more top 8. I want to win I do want to win this game. They played the harder schedule for the season. They've had to play pretty much everybody in the top 5. So they've got definitely an edge on that front. But yeah, like I said, puncher's chance. I would prefer to. If we're going to lose out for the season, I'd like to go out in the top 8.
Yeah, I put it at D-Holes plus 265, and I'd put a half a unit on that.
All right. Let's go to the boot side of the bracket. Loser of the round 2 game number 1 versus loser of round 2 number 2.
Twain side?
Twain
Twain side.
Twain side. I'm sorry. Twain side. Excuse me. The Twain side. Thank you. Oh, you want to do a make-up question? You want to do one? Okay.
Okay. Ask me last because I got to pee.
Okay. Ask you that. Which is a good question? Let me go find it. Okay.
Sean's falling asleep over there.
No, he's not. All right. Here's a mid-bracket question. If you could change just one rule, what would it be? One rule. Anyone?
Uh-oh. All right. One rule. I would probably go with just maybe 5 feet greater on the interference line. Third base interference line.
5 feet further back?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
On the which third base?
Third base side. I mean, third base and first base. The interference lines.
5 feet further back.
Yeah, 5 feet further back.
Okay.
Make it a little bit more interesting for some of the other teams to, that don't have necessarily all-star third baseman or the fastest players or whatever. It could make things a little bit more interesting with a bunt game.
Okay.
More base runners.
Okay. Okay. Change one rule. I've been saying this for years. I know it'll never happen because it's ridiculous. It's this. If you kick the ball out of the fence in foul territory, you got to go fetch it. I've been saying this for years. I've been saying this for years. Now, stop people from kicking the ball out of the fence area in foul territory. I don't mean to. Of course you don't mean to do it. But still, it's kind of an annoyance to go fetch this ball. So they make you stop doing that. You got to go to get the ball yourself. Will it delay the game? Yes. But at least you'll try to learn your lesson. I know the league will never do this rule. Fine, but that's my rule change. Ridiculous? Yes. Fine. Not me. It always goes straight to first base. You remember? Look at the retirement return. That was pathetic. Who's next? A rule change.
I would I would remove the 1 game automatic suspension rule for an ejection. Because
Wait, why?
Just because there's sometimes you just really need to rally the troops. Like I think there could be an
let me give you a
appropriate
tip.
time.
Don't play XXX. They'll be real mad.
Oh man, yeah, no, I no, that never happened. But man, that'd be fun for me.
Not the refs. Yeah, exactly. How about you? Any rule you want to change there, Seth?
Honestly, no. I'm good with everything.
Not one.
Nah, it's
There's got to be one.
Dude, this league has been legislated beyond belief. Have you ever like printed out the rules and read them? They're like 20 fucking pages long. Thanks, Ben Hutnick, for being a lawyer and writing all these bullshit rules.
Marisa has read these rules 15 times over.
I used to read them I used to read them before week 1 every single year, and now I've just completely given up on that. I'm like, it's too damn much.
Is that because there's no ref test now, Seth? That
That's
you just
why,
feel
yeah.
you don't need to. Oh, perhaps we should reinstill the ref test, is what I'm hearing.
I would say, so Marisa's been going through the rules and looking for tweaks and things like that should be made better. And I know she's doing that because she asked me questions about it, which is simultaneously. She said annoying. I wouldn't say annoying. I would say distracting.
It's 3 o'clock in the morning, and she's nudging you like, "Hey,
Yeah. And yet
the injury
I
play act to the
absolutely
playoffs
respect
could use
it.
a little tweaking."
Yeah. But yeah, there could be changes that could be made, and I don't know. You guys talked about it earlier, but like it's got to be a continuation as opposed to a restart.
If there's no competitive advantage gained, you just give all the power to the team that's losing.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
There was no reason that every single game should have restarted except for Tropics this weekend. Mm-hmm. There was no rain. It wasn't wet. It wasn't insanely windy.
I mean, I'm all for restarting if it's not at the threshold, just because any given Sunday, right? And you were winning that Sunday.
You know, I didn't look at it, but were there any games that
There was one, the very first game of the week that we read off.
It was dumbbells and Woost. Woost, yeah.
Yeah, Woost was up 6-2, and they
turned around
14-7 shellacking.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, so this might have already been discussed and talked about before, but so I want to look at what teams. So I guess only one team actually continued out of everyone, right? That got rained out. So what did it look like from the scoring standing at that point from when they restarted over? How many of those teams actually really got the shit kicked out of them afterward when it was a lot closer of a game? Because for one, you've got the wind, you've got things like everything. So I was just kind of wondering, like, did anyone look at did anyone even get those score sheets?
From what I looked at of the score sheets that we did have, there weren't very many lopsided games, honestly, that stopped.
It was only the third inning.
Yeah, I mean, I think the furthest.
The Rick Rollers was up like 9-1.
9-1.
Yeah.
It ended up winning by like 8 anyway.
7-1,
it was 7-1, and
I mean, we were up 4-1 with the top of our lineup coming up in the bottom of the third. That could have very easily turned into 7-1. But
hey. So did you guys elect to restart or?
We didn't elect anything. That's what's unfortunate about it.
Yeah.
We had zero agency in that decision.
Yeah, that's my problem with it.
It's all in the losing team's hands.
Yeah. And Major League Baseball changed this rule for a reason. That's where I come out on it.
Okay. You want to go into more discussion questions or what?
Nope.
Huh?
Yeah, no one's running us out of here. We're
Okay,
good.
fine. Okay, so if your team's season was a movie, what would it be?
Oh, that was a bad question.
The Big Green next.
The big. Okay.
What did you just say? The Green Mile?
The Big Green.
Oh, I was
the
like,
Big
the Green Mile.
The Green
That's
Mile.
dark.
Jesus Christ. Green Mile.
I love that.
Wait, no, if we're going like that, probably Dead Man Walking, right?
God.
Fight Club.
Fight Club.
Yeah.
Ryan, you got one?
No, I'm thinking for Free State, it's the Shawshank Redemption.
Our team season was a movie. What was it?
I was thinking Cocoon
Yeah.
for Red Lion. But we haven't found the pods. It's Red Lion is Cocoon, but we haven't found the pods to rejuvenate
Never Back
yet.
Down?
Yeah. So I guess that makes us
Never Back
Driving
Down.
Miss
There you
Daisy.
go. Fighting movie. Okay.
Or so Red Lion is Bad Grandpa, I think.
Rick Roller says Shawshank Redemption. Is that what I heard? Okay.
Gosh.
Free State's Bring It On again. Because we just play Triple X every single year and beat them.
It's already been brought.
Oh, it's been rotten. Yeah.
Sacred Sword is Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
So next question is a Seth's question. What team ranked 13 or below has a chance to break in the top 10 next year, a.k.a. next year's KBC Tropics? 13 or below. Is Young Spine?
No, I said 12 and below. I think I said 12 and below. Well, either way.
12 or below. That's fine.
Okay. Yeah.
13
Young
or below.
Spine's the easy answer then.
Young
because
Spine.
they're
There's a
13
lot of good
now,
candidates
right?
There's a
this
good
year.
candidates,
There's,
yeah.
there's Young Spine, there's
Ghosts.
there's Sacred Sword.
Dumbbells. Dumbbells, yeah.
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 But
Yeah. Rick Rollers, if they can figure
dumbbells
out,
24.
figure everything out on offense and defense. Yeah.
By the way, the cautionary.
Yeah, there's a lot of talent. There's like a lot of young talent in the 13 to 22 spots.
Yeah.
It's just who sticks around and makes it to all the games.
I was doing a kind of like biggest risers and biggest fallers of the season. There's a lot of big jumps, and then they just kind of shuffled in over a lot of the teams that they pumped down. There weren't that many people that fell 7, 8, 9 rankings, but there were a lot of teams that jumped up. a lot,
How
so.
many? I think one.
I don't have the numbers. In front
You
of me.
don't have the numbers? Okay. Yeah.
All right. Ryan Pendry comes up and says Empire. They are like two good defensive
doubt.
two good defensive players away from jumping into the low 20s, top teens.
Yeah.
I said, hey, Empire going for the plate this year. They're sleeping. Dark horse.
All right. Now, my discussion question is, I don't know. So. Fuck off. Yeah, I don't know.
All right.
You're gonna be glad that wasn't wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. My discussion question: of the 5 of us, who is most likely to connect on a punch on a one-on-one fight? And also, who would stomp on someone on the ground in a scuffle on the ground and get a red card? Basically, what happened was, real quick, if you want to know what I'm talking about, so last Saturday, the Cleveland Guardians third baseman, Jose Ramirez, and the Chicago White Sox second baseman, Tim Anderson, got in a scuffle at second base. Shortstop, thank you. Connected, and Jose Ramirez connected on a right hook to Tim Anderson. He got dropped. So, and then the other one was about getting stomped on. England and the FIFA Women's World Cup round of 16. England's Lauren James stomped on the backside of a Nigerian player, I think Elizabeth Aloisi, like with the studs on her cleats, right on her butt. And then basically she got a red card for that.
Yeah, I think
so.
Yeah.
Who's most likely to connect on a punch with on a fight, one-on-one fight?
Sean and Sean.
Sean and Sean. Agreed. Alex, you think it's Sean and Sean?
I mean, I think if there was hands being thrown, I think I'd do a pretty good job on connecting. But
Maybe-
the stomping, probably Sean.
Okay. Maybe you should be a fight. I don't know. You and Alex. Okay.
When you say punch, does that include kicks in the balls?
No.
Oh, okay, then I'm
It's
out.
just a punch. No, it's just a punch. And by the way, who's most likely to get dropped? We all know the answer.
Yeah, Cougar.
Cougar, duh, it's me. Yeah, I'm most likely dropped. Yeah, it's me. I'm getting dropped.
So Tim Anderson only got like a 6-game suspension, and Jose Ramirez got a 3-game suspension.
Yeah.
And these guys play 6 games a week. So if there's a full-on square up at second base, is somebody only getting ejected for 1 game in
My
KVKL?
favorite part of that is that the ref was just like, "You
I'm
guys
out.
go ahead."
Don't get paid
Now,
enough.
you see, with my proposed rule change,
Oh no.
there could be 1 fight per year per team. Well, per player, actually.
Turn this entire league into hockey rules, where it's just look, if you get into a fight, you don't get suspended. It's just a 5-minute major.
So the first one's already started. Free State Triple X. The first one. Let's just get over it. Just get it over. Just get it over with.
We need to pour some water.
No.
on that.
I know the one where this didn't happen. Red Line Post House. That rivalry. Let that happen.
Yeah. All right. So I'm not gonna throw punches. I might kick you in the balls. I will definitely stomp on you if you're down, if you deserve it. But more likely than not, I will just tease you till you develop an eating disorder.
What?
That's, yeah. I'm on board for that.
What the fuck?
Bullying is back, baby.
What's wrong with you?
Mental punishment is much more severe. I could take a punch in the face, but I don't want somebody to question my life.
Jesus.
You have to live with one, not the other.
Oh my God.
Just laying at home in bed at night, pondering your life decisions, hoping your Lord's Shirt Factory
Sobbing
poster
into a
finally
fucking pint of
falls
ice
off
cream
the
every
ceiling.
night.
Really? I did.
Yeah, so
Yes, that's true.
that reminds me of something. So if somebody's in a medical emergency and they ask if there's a doctor around, it's not polite to say, "I'm a doctor of law."
It's helpful for writing up what comes next.
Right, exactly.
Also not helpful if you're like an athletic trainer or personal trainer. Like, oh yeah, I know how to fix your mobility
Or
problems.
Doctor of Philosophy, along those lines.
So the same question. So say with Sean or Ben, who's most likely to stomp someone on the backside?
I'll fucking stomp anybody.
I
don't
know
care.
you will.
I'm
You'll
not
you'll stomp
scared
on,
of
hey,
anybody.
You'll stomp on me if you're a Man
I'll
United fan.
stomp on
You'll stomp on
anybody.
Seth Sanchez because of CR7. I know you will.
Yeah. CR7, he's a little more hands-on, if you know what I mean.
Oh, Jesus. Here we go. God.
Yeah.
Just for the record,
in like
I got
25
married
years,
in-
I'd rather not go back.
I got married in Portugal, and now Cougar sends me like nonstop updates on everything that's going on in that country.
Yeah.
Easy,
Jesus.
Brett. Oh, gosh. All right, let's go play some games. Let's go to the Twain side. Yeah. So loser cup round 2 number 1. There's loser of round 2 number 2. Who you got?
Harpies over Cork.
I got Harpies over the Sod Squad. Yeah.
I got Love Garden over Corksuckers.
Okay.
Yeah. Harpies here.
Over
Cork.
Yeah, Harpies over Sot Squad.
Yeah. Loser Cup round 2 number 3 versus Loser Cup round 2 number 4. You have.
I've got JDE and Young Spine, and I actually have Young Spine winning that game.
Me too. Oh my gosh, you got a
dang,
lot of same
Cougar.
face. What's going on here?
I don't like it.
We're both fellow Niners fans, so that's one going. I don't know. CR7 kind of fan. I don't know.
I've got Spine and JDE also, with JDE winning this game.
JD, okay.
Yeah, I'll go with Hammond here.
Chiropractors versus Dead Singer.
Yeah.
Airplane Explosion. Mountain.
I'm going with a mountain wreck.
What?
I'm going with the mountain wreck.
Oh, Mountain.
When you hear John Denver, it just runs up your spine. So it feels like that's got the hammer over the young spine.
And the Loser Cup round 2 number 5 versus Loser Cup round number 6. Oh dear.
Ooh, this is gonna be hot.
Oh no.
Hot.
No. This is
I
gonna be
love
KBC Tropics versus Free State.
This is the best section
no.
of the bracket.
Ron, you want to talk about this?
100%. All I know is that the Call Valley Kickball League or Call Valley Kickball at gmail.com for any inferences of what goes down in this game. We might be tracking it.
This is the Cougar After Dark quadrant.
Super special.
If things go
It
right,
is.
it could be Tropics, Free State, Lion, and D-Holes.
That's what I have.
That's what I have
That is
too.
also what I
That
have.
section of the bracket
Shit.
is fucking genius.
Yeah.
And also, I don't know if the board did this intentionally, but this game, no matter who's in it, is on YSC 1. Prime time, baby.
Oh my.
Straight up front.
All right, I'll
Straight
let
up
you guys
front.
all pick Tropics versus Free State.
Yeah, I'm going last. You're going last. You're going last. Fine. No, we're not Joe wrestling nothing. Shut up, Brian.
Not
Was it,
until
you
Championship
guys were up
Sunday.
7-1 before 6-2. Okay, 6-2. I think you guys learned something. Before you got mad. I don't know. Are your fans going to be in the stands?
We are going to run out of time on Mixler,
Okay.
FYI.
Yeah, I got Free State here.
Get the Facebook Live on it.
Yep. Who'd you guys go with?
I've got KBC over Free State
Good pick.
and Lion over D-Holes.
Yeah, I've got KBC over 23rd because margaritas beat beer. And, yeah, fuck you, Hammond. Red Lion over D.
Was it a question who I was picking?
I'll go next. KBC Tropics over Free State, and fuck it, I'm going D-Holes over Red Lion. They'll beat them again like the regular season. So
Yeah, but D-holes don't eat lions. Lions eat donuts. I don't know.
donuts. Well, this one might choke a lion. I don't know. I don't know. It's not properly true.
Is that,
When he
is
said
that-
had to choke a
is that what you call it,
Yeah,
Jason?
yeah.
Choke a lion?
Choke a lion. Yeah.
We're
Really.
We've lost twice to the Tropics in the last 12 months, including one upset in the playoffs. So I have to pick us to win because God, we got to win. And then waiting on the other side of that bracket is Lion and D-Holes, who basically end our season every single year. One of you two. We either
But
lose
you beat D-Holes one of those years.
and then we went and lost to Lion.
Yeah, you're gonna win, so you don't have to play in this game, so it doesn't matter.
Over Global?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, okay. Of course, I'm going to pick Free State, but man, what an amazing quadrant that the board put together.
Yeah,
of
thanks.
Growlers, Tropics, Lion, D-Holes. That's couldn't be better.
Oh yeah. Okay, and let's go to the semifinals between
9 minutes.
Semifinals. Who you guys have? I'll go. I got Harpies over Young Spine, and fuck it, I'm going KBC Tropics over the T-Holes. Why not? Why not? So,
I also have Harpies over Young Spine and Free State over Red Lion.
I got Harpies over JDE, and oh god, I've got Red Lion KBC in here.
here we go, the rematch. The rematch.
All right, KBC gets their revenge. They're due, overdue.
Oh, here we go again.
I've got Harpies over John Denver, KBC over Red Lion.
And who do you have to win the Twain? I'm going to win the Twain. Harpies or KBC Tropics? Ryan? I'm sorry. Harpies.
That's a really good matchup.
Go ahead, Ryan. What?
Fuck you, Cougar.
That's why he's my captain. This is why he's my captain. Thank you. Who's next?
KBC over Harpies.
Whoa.
Look, KBC had shown their mettle on Hobbs. That's where this game is happening, right? All right, I'm taking KBC.
I'm going back to that. I'm rewinding here. Because we had to do the same thing. Free State versus Holes. I've got us winning, and then Love Garden versus D Holes. I've got Love Garden winning.
Yeah, I have Harpies versus Free State in the Twain final, which would be an amazing result for us. And then Harpies probably going to beat us on that one.
There you go. And now we get to the quarterfinals of the Cup. Johnny's versus either Harpies or Love Garden. It's Johnny's, right? Yep. Post House versus Lawrence Shirt Factory, who, by the way, is the sponsor of this podcast. Yeah, I got to say it. Hold on, I got to read this. Hold on, sorry, I'm sorry. Sorry. Lawrence Shirt Factory is over 7 years of sponsoring Cougar After Dark, local family open operate, KBK player member and proud sponsor has done 4. Lawrence Shirt Factory, number 1 in Cougar's heart, number 5 in the league, and of course they're located at 925 Suite L, 785-330-5831, or lawrenceshirtfactory.com is their website. Okay. With that being said, I love you, Shirt Factory, not Post House, right? Post House, yeah. Global Cafe versus. Whoa! What? Why?
Lawrence Shirt Factory.
What?
Really? Since the 4-5.
Okay. He's going to Shirt Factory. Ben's going to Shirt Factory.
Lawrence Shirt Factory should have won that last game.
You're right. Well, I'm asking on shirts versus. I don't know what the Post House is.
Also, I'm not competing with 1, 2, 4, 8. I get 8 points for this.
Yeah.
I'm taking Shirt Factory.
You're taking Shirt Factory.
I'm taking Post House.
Yeah, I take Post House. Why not?
They could win the tournament for me.
You could, just like you did for the Pick'ems, yeah. Let's see. Global Cafe versus either KBC Tribes or Redlegs. Global Cafe, right? Yeah. Kansas Tree Care versus either Honey Badgers or D Holes. Kansas Tree Care. Okay. All right, let's get to it right now. Semifinals. Ben, who you got? Johnny's or Shirt Factory? Ben.
I'm sorry. Ben, you can wear your jammies. That's what I said.
What?
Marisa said I can wear my jammies.
What does that have to do with anything?
I wasn't trying to make you biased again. Just jammies, obviously. Jammies.
Does she mean I can wear my Johnnies? I don't know.
I don't know what she's asking. I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know where the mascots come out here.
You got Johnny Bravo versus a shirt.
Yeah.
Well, the factory. So there's that.
Yeah, I'll take the factory where the Johnny Bravo was made. I don't know. I got a good feeling about Lawrence Shirt Factory. I feel like they feel like they have lost games that they should have won, and they're going to play angry.
You're making very intelligent picks in the bracket. Like Shirt Factory has more potential points for me. You guys are all dumb, and then you're like, Shirt versus Johnny Bravo.
And yet, this is how the NCAA tournament pools are won. Yeah, fuck it. If nobody else is taking Shirt Factory, I'm going to.
Oh my God.
We only know Freebird. Fuck off.
Yeah. Anyone?
No, I got Johnny's over Post House.
I'm going to kill all you guys.
I went chalk on this one. Yeah, Johnny's over Post House.
Same. Yeah. I texted Bryson today, and I said, please make the case for me why you guys should win the league. And he sent me like a 3,000-word text message, and it didn't fucking work.
That's one word too many.
It's like, nah, still not it. I mean, it would be fun. It'd be fun to see Post House overperform their seed for once in a while. But,
Look,
it's not gonna happen.
based on the Vegas odds, I would